Hello guys, this is Juan Pablo. So today I'm going to show you how to use the Truth Analysis Wizard calculator. So the first thing that we do is we go to our project, we click here to add a calculation, and then we go down and we click here in Analysis, Truth Analysis Wizard. We wait a little bit, and then we have the calculator. So in this calculator, we can modify the truss to our needs. So the first thing that we can do is modify the geometry. Here in this section, we can modify the truss type. We can select the truss type that adapt to our needs. Then here we can modify the total truss height. And as we can see, this draw here is adapting to our inputs. Then we have the total truss width. And then here in the for row, we have an additional property that would appear depending upon the specific truss type that you've chosen. So if you're unsure of what it is, of what it's asking for, you can simply click on it and the property name to obtain an explanation. You can do this with each widget. So if we go down, you can personalize the truss even more. So in this part, you can select the material of which your truss has been made. You will give a drop-out menu from which you can select the relevant material. And then here you can select the member that you're going to use for each part. So in this table, you can see the member properties of each part. So you can see the bending stiffness, the actual stiffness, and the self-wave of each member. So after we finish setting the geometry, we're gonna start putting our loads. So if you go up, here in this part, we can put our distributed loads on the chords. So here we can put the total distributed load on the top chord. If we put, for example, 30, we can see it, visualize it here. And if we put, for example, here 20, we can see it, visualize it here. We can also select if we want to include the self-weight. So for example, if we put no, we can see that here we only have the distributed load. But if we put yes, we can see the self-weight included. If we go down, we can put a load to each element, and we can change the support type to each node. For example, here in support, we can change the support type of the node 0. We can change it to fixed. And here we can see the change. And we can also put distributed loads to each element. For example, we can put a distributed load to the element 1, that will be this one. And we put a magnitude of 60. So then we can see reflected here. We can also put point loads to the elements. So for example, here I'm going to put a point load in the element 1. So I put here 1. This point load is going to be 60, and it's going to be located 2 feet from the start. So if I go to the diagram, I can see the point load being applied. One of the most important functions that we have is that we can link loads from other calculators. So for example, here I'm going to create another calculator. In this case, it's going to be a beam analysis. And if we go back to the Truss Analysis Wizard calculator, here you click on link, select the element and select the reaction that you want to link. And there you go. If we click here, we go back to the beam calculator. And finally, we can also put moment loads to elements following the same criteria. Finally, after you configure all the loads and the geometry, we can go back to the top and we can see the results of our setting. So here in the summary section, we can see the loads and supports. We can see the diagram of the bending moment, of shear, of axial, extension, displacement, and reactions. And down here, we have the overall results by member type, the overall maximum displacements by member, and we have the support reactions. And down here, we can see the individual node and element results. So we have a table for the overall results by element number, and we have a table for the overall results by node number. And that will be all for today. Thank you.